Alright, so guys, welcome back to the Forex Crypto Hub weekly market forecast. It's uh, it's on 1st March, so it's a new month. So let's check on the market and see what we can expect this coming week. So we first start with the sentimental analysis, and I'm going to use my FX book for that. I'll use my FX book to check on that. Sorry, I have not shared my screen. Let me share. Let me share my screen. Alright, so as I've just said, we are going to start with sentimental analysis. And sentimental analysis, I've said we're going to use my FX book. So this is my FX book. It has a lot. You can see we have portfolio there. If you have connected your accounts and so on, you can check there. So we come to where we have community. And then we scroll down there where we have the sentiments. We go to sentiments. And then we can now scroll down. All the way. You can now see we have the pairs here appearing. So you can see the first pair is Euro USD. For Euro USD, you can see 58% of traders are on buys. That is are on sales. That's short. And then we have 42% of traders are on buys. So in this case, as for me, I will join the minority, and now that's the buys. I'll join the minority in this case. So that is for Euro USD. We can check for GBP USD. For GBP USD, you can see majority are on shorts. That's 56%. Longs are 44%. So in this case, buys have it. So all the other pairs are there. So what I'll look at is gold. You can check on the other pairs at your own free time. So I'll just scroll down there and look for gold. I'll check on gold. XAUUSD. Here it is. So for gold, you can see only 38% are on sales, while 62% are on buys. And in this case, I'll now have to join the majority in this case, because you know of what is currently happening. Since yesterday, since yesterday, you know what has been happening in Iran. US has been striking. Israel has been in the mix as well. So you know what's really happening. That's what we call geopolitical events. We have war which is ongoing, and when such kind of things happen, in most cases investors tend to invest in what they term as safe havens, and in most cases the safe havens for investors are metals, and metals are the likes of gold, silver, you know. Yeah. So tomorrow, market open, we expect the market to open with gaps. Because we have had the war over the weekend. A lot has been happening. The market is closed. So once the market opens, we expect huge gaps. We are going to check on that later. So now we move to a fundamental analysis. In this case, I'll use my FX book. I use my FX book. I'll use my FX book and check on now fundamental analysis. And again, something you have to monitor closely is oil. Monitor oil closely. Why? Because the Strait of Hormuz, where the oil tankers pass, it's closed. So outside there, the demand is gonna be high. The demand for oil is going to be high, while the supply will be low since there's no shipments. So we need to check on oil and follow that closely, as we will be following up with metals as well. So checking on now fundamental analysis, and talking of fundamental analysis, we talk of news. Talking of fundamental analysis, we talk of news. When we talk of fundamental analysis, we talk of news. When we talk of fundamental analysis, we talk of news. So tomorrow is on Monday, and tomorrow being on Monday, um, I don't see any major news happening. Oh, sorry. Later in the day, that will be at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. We are going to have ISM, manufacturing PMI. ISM stands for Institute of Supply Management. I told you that in last week's session. So you can see previous the reading was at 52.6%. Expectation this time is at 51.7. So we can expect something an actual less than which is a negative news for the dollar. That's what we can expect tomorrow. That is now the important news we have tomorrow on Monday. Again, now we move forward to on Tuesday. We can see that Bullock will be giving a speech. Bullock is the governor to the Central Bank of Austria. Bullock is the governor to the Central Bank of Austria. He will be giving a speech. That will be at 12 a.m. That will be at 12 a.m. on Tuesday. For that one, I'm not going to comment on it. Later at 7 a.m., the Ueda is the governor to the Bank of Japan, will be giving a speech as well. So Tuesday, you can see we have those bank presidents giving speeches. So we will be trading those pairs. We need to be very careful with them. Later, we are going to have in the UK, that is now in the pound, we are going to have the annual budget release. So the UK government will be reading its budget. That's it for Tuesday. So going to Wednesday, we are going to have the GDP quarter to quarter. That is now for Austria, Audi, GDP. I'm not going to give any comments on that. Later in the day at 4:15 p.m. we are going to have the ADP non-farm employment change. And when we talk of employment, in most cases, and I've been saying this, when we are talking of employment, we normally look for the actual and forecast. If actual is greater than forecast, we expect the dollar to be bullish, and if it's the vice versa, we expect the dollar to be bearish. So in this case, there is a probability that we are going to have an actual greater than forecast. Meaning there's more job opportunities there. Those are now the job vacancies. Yeah. At 6 p.m. we are going to have ISM service PMI. You have seen that on Monday it is manufacturing, and now here it's service, right? So in this case, if we have an actual, when we have an actual, uh, we look whether it's above 50 or below 50 when it comes to this ISM, the Institute Supply Management. We look for the numbers. If it's it below 50 or above 50. If it's below 50, it shows contraction. And if there is contraction, that's bad news for the dollar. But when it's above 50, it shows expansion. And when there is expansion, that's good news for the dollar. So we move forward to Thursday. We move forward to Thursday. On Thursday, we can see we have unemployment claims that will be at 4:30. This is weekly. The report is being released each and every week. I explained about that, what this is. If you can't remember, just refer to our YouTube channel. You would uh, understand. So now, if you check on last week, the reading was at 212,000. So this week I can expect an actual less than the forecast. The forecast is 215,000. So in the coming week I can expect an actual less than forecast, which is good news for the dollar. And then on Friday, this is the day which most of us are waiting for. The NFP is here. So we are going to have the average hourly earnings. The average hourly earnings there. Average hourly earnings. You can see previous was at 0.4%. This time is expected to drop. The NFP. Let's check on NFP. NFP, non-farm employment change. Previous was at 130,000. They are expecting it to drop to. The expectation is a drop. The figures might not be accurate. In this case, they are expecting a 58K, but I don't see that. So, I'll update you more on this NFP as the week goes on. Then the unemployment rate, you can see previous was at 4.3%. Expectation is also at 4.3%. So if you check on what has been happening in the US market, that is labor market last month, you can see that things have been quite well. So there's a probability that we are going to see um, a drop in the unemployment rate, maybe to 4.2 or even to 4%. And if that happens, expect gold to sell massively on Friday. As well, for the NFP, I can expect an actual greater than what? Actual greater than the forecast. The forecast is 58,000. So I can expect an actual greater. So that means in the coming NFP, I'll be expecting the dollar index to be bullish. I expect the dollar index to be bullish in the coming NFP. So that is it in the fundamental analysis side. So now we move to the last part, which is now the technical analysis part. We go to technical analysis part, which is the last part. We go to technical analysis. We move to technical analysis. We move to technical analysis. We move to technical analysis. Let me see what's here. Yeah, sure. So let's see how the market looks in the technical side. Let's see how it looks in the technical side. Let's see how it looks. So on Friday, um, remember I gave a gold signal on Friday. The market did very well. The market did very well. So we start our analysis with the dollar index. We start our analysis with the dollar index. That is the DXY, the dollar index. And we normally start our analysis from the higher time frames. And in this case, we're going to start from the weekly time frame. So let me see something. So in the previous week, what we expected happened. We expected the dollar index to give a drop. It dropped to this level and then it went up. And then after going up, the market did not go to our anticipated area, but it went up then dropped again. So we can do a fresh analysis and see what we expect this coming week. We can do a fresh analysis and see what we expect this coming week. We can do a fresh analysis. So I clear everything so that we can do a fresh analysis. So now when you look at last week, you will see that the market did not take out the high nor the low of the previous week. So I'll mark the high of last week and also I'll mark the low of last week. Don't forget that don't forget of the weekend occurrences. They are going to affect the dollar deeply. So with that, I can expect the dollar to open below here. And down here, you can see we have a very strong support where we have these two bodies, the opening and the close of these candlesticks. That's a very strong support level. So in the beginning of the trading week, we might see the dollar index coming to this level. And maybe along the way, there might, in course of the week, there might be peace talks in Iran and so on. So if that is to happen, you can see something of this sort start happening in the market, maybe. But what is there is that I expect a bearish dollar index based on what I can see first here. So as I've just said, the market failed to take out the low of what? Of last week, also failed to take out the high. So this coming week, the market will take one of the two out. Now, something very interesting, by just looking, even without doing any. Remember, the market faces impasse, which is the strong move towards one side, correction, impasse, and now currently what we have here is a correction. So we can expect the market to give a sharp drop, right? That is one observation. The second observation, what you can see here, this is daily time frame, don't forget. The second observation is that we have what? We have a bearish flag. These are possible bearish flag. The market is trying to give us a bearish flag. The market is trying to give us a bearish flag. I am pretty sure you can see that, right? You can clearly see that the market is trying to give us a bearish flag. The market is trying to give us a bearish flag. Jamani, sisi ambao tuna account mpya. Then now that is daily time frame, and when you look at daily time frame, you will see clearly that, as I've just explained in the beginning, these are possible bearish flags. So we can expect the market to give a drop over here. You can expect the market to drop. We can expect a drop on the dollar index. So that is a daily time frame. Let's go to 4-hour time frame and see whether the market got a different information for us. Let's see what 4 hours got for us. Let's see what H4 is communicating to us. So when you look at the 4-hour time frame, well, when you look clearly on the 4-hour time frame, you will see that if it were not for those events happening, the dollar might have bought crazy. Why? The market is giving us an inverted head and shoulders pattern. The market is giving an inverse. We have now the left shoulder over there. All of this is the head, and then whatever is here is now the right shoulder. So we were to expect something like that. Now, as it looks, the market will possibly do this, give a drop maybe to this order block. We have another block there, or back to this zone, and then from there our inverted head and shoulders will still be valid. So from there we can now look for that bullish dollar index. By so doing, the market will have taken out the low of last week. By so doing, the market will have taken out the low of last week. Remember, I told you I expect the market to take out one of the two, either the low or the high of last week. But high probability is that the market will be taking out the low, since the US is actively involved in the ongoing conflict in Iran. That is 4-hour time frame, and that being 4-hour time frame, I don't think there is anything of importance on 1 hour, but let's have a look. Let's have a look on the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, there's something very good, very nice. So in the 1 hour time frame, it's clear that the market is giving an head and shoulders pattern. Actually, I don't know whether you saw that. The market is giving an head and shoulders pattern, so we expect a drop. We expect a drop on the dollar index. 1 hour, the market is giving an head and shoulders. We expect a drop on the dollar index. So that's my take on the dollar index. Let me know if there is any other pair which you would like us to check on, because after this, what I check on is gold and oil. So if there is any other pair which you would like us to look at, let me know in the comment section. So I'll go straight away to what? I'll go straight away to gold, XAUUSD, XAUUSD. The precious metal. You can see, man, you can see last week how things were nice. So we start with the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. So in the weekly time frame, I will mark the high. First, I'll mark the all-time high for gold, which was around that 5,600. I'll mark that one. I'll mark the low of last week. I'll mark the low of last week. I'll mark the high as well. You remember in the last week's analysis, I did an analysis where I marked 50% of this of this gap, sorry, of this week, which was around 53 something. So today I'm not going to do that because the market is just it's almost there. On the weekly time frame, there's nothing much to look at. There's nothing much to look at. So now, where the market is currently approaching, we have this. I can mark that one. It might be a point of interest. That one, that zone, which will be around 5,500. Yeah, 5,500. Let's have a look on it. If we have to plot our market trend, you can see that the market on the resistance is giving us 2 touches. The market is giving us 2 touches, and if the market is now to go past the previous high, we can expect the market to go to 60, 70, let's say 6,100. That's where I will be expecting the market to go to. If the market goes above this 55, if the market goes above 5,500, I expect 6,100 on gold. Expect 6,100 on gold, and it's very possible to happen this coming week or in the next few weeks if things escalate. That is what? That's daily time frame. That's daily time frame. That's daily time frame. Now coming to what? Coming to forward time frame. Coming to H4. Coming to H4. Is there a trend? Let me see if it's making sense. Let me see. Alright, so in H4 you can see the trend we have here is an uptrend. It's an uptrend. And then something interesting is that the market phase here, you can see after the market made this impulsive move, the market consolidated here for a very long time, and then it broke out impulsively. Market broke out impulsively. As we expect now the market to open with a gap, we cannot say that we can expect the market maybe to drop or go up. So what we will do, we will have to be patient, wait for the market to open, we see how it opens. What we know is that we will be expecting the market to be bullish, because as I just explained earlier, when we have these uncertainties, investors will run or will go to invest in what they term as safe havens, and gold being one of them, right? So we can expect a bullish gold. That is the expectation with us. For the entries, I'll be updating you as the market plays out. So we can expect tomorrow the market might even open above 5,300 or even at 5,400. We don't know the exact impact it will have over yesterday's events and today's ones. The next thing I'm going to look at is US oil. US oil. Remember, for oil, I've been bullish on oil for the last 2 weeks. Last Sunday, but one is when I gave the first entry. Last Sunday I gave the second entry on oil, of which for the last Sunday I can see the market first went up, yes, and then later it dropped, so it took out those who are still in it. So for this coming week I can expect to still go up. For those who took the first entry, you are still good to go. Expect the market to go above 77 dollars. So probably the market is going to 80. You can expect that. So there's nothing much to do on this. When I was doing the analysis, I told you the market has given us an inverted head and shoulders with a double bottom. This is the first bottom. Market went up, came down. Second bottom there. Market went up. And then the right shoulder is over here, so we expect more buys on this. As I had mentioned earlier, the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and that's where oil is shipped through. So if it's closed, just as it happened during the Russia-Ukraine war, when the when this what do we call it? Where ships carrying things to do with corn, that is maize, uh, and those other fertilizers. When it was closed, what happened? Their prices skyrocketed because outside there the demand is high, but the supply is low because there is no movement. So I expect oil to be uh, bullish this coming week. So with that being said, I can see there's nobody who has suggested any other pair. So we can call it a night, we can call it a day as well. If maybe you have any question, just unmute your mic. And yeah, Kevin, you can just unmute your mic.
Can you have a look on USDjPY?
Sure, let me check on it. USDjPY. For Japanese yen pairs, I remember I shared insights on what is happening. JPY currently is very weak. This analysis we did, I don't know how long was it, around 2-3 weeks ago. The market shifted, but after seeing what I saw, I updated you guys in the group and we took those buys. So yeah, so let me check. So on this is weekly time frame. You can see we had this one just marking that right there. The trend there is clear. This order block. Maybe what I can add is I'll mark this one. I'll mark this I. There's a lot of liquidity to be grabbed there. That is not the buy side liquidity over here. We have a lot of it. So looking at daily time frame, you'll see that on daily time frame, the trend is now clear over here on daily time frame. And again, on daily time frame is where you will see after the market dropped, it went up, then came down again, and now it's going up. So the market gave a double bottom here. And if you look, we had another block here. It's a very strong zone over here where the market reversed from. It's a very strong zone. We had marked here because we had this gap. So this is the kind of gap you will be seeing tomorrow in the market. This kind of a gap. Currently the market is buying. So you can expect the market to go above this, and then after going there, we expect it to come back, do a retest on the neckline of that double bottom, and we can still go up. I expect the market to go above 160, 163. 163, 165. I expect the market to go above there. So that is daily time frame. That's daily time frame. So JPY pairs are very weak. That means since JPY is a quote currency, or it comes as the second currency, that means now the bases are very strong. The bases now are the first currencies quoted with the JPY. That means they are very, very what? Very strong. So you can see here on 4-hour time frame, the market is trying to form an uptrend. The market is trying to form an uptrend. This is 4-hour time frame. And I believe when you go to 1 hour, you're going to see the same. So on that, that is it on 4 hour. Let's see if 1 hour and see whether we can get an entry on the same. So now, when you look on this, see how the market has been behaving. You can see we had an impassive move, a correction, an impassive move, and the whole of this is correction. So now the market is preparing for a strong move. So position yourself early, position yourself early if you did not. On Friday, I remember I gave that trade the buy. So if you did not, tomorrow look for Andre and you go long. You go long on this. So as I've just said, I'll be targeting 160. Let's have our first target at 160. Let's have our first target at 160. Yeah. So that is it for that USDjPY. I don't know whether you had a different bias, Kevin.
I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right. So if no one else with a question or anything else to say, we can come to the end of this session. See you next Sunday for the weekly market forecast. It's your mentor signing out. Bye bye.